Hello everyone, I'm back again and today we are going to take up this image and turn this into a poster like this. For those who are new to this channel, welcome to Dexplorion. I'm Didi and I'm all about designing in Photoshop and sharing the process. And in the process, we will discuss different tools, techniques and tips and tricks which will level up your graphic design game and improve the workflow. So what are you waiting for? Let's get started. Let's open our canvas. I'm using the A4 size. You can choose any canvas size and we will drag our image on it. I've downloaded this image from onesplash.com. If you don't know this website, it's an awesome place to get royalty-free images which you can use in your personal and also commercial projects. The collections are regularly updated, which means you will be getting new images every time, and you can find almost any kind of image you can think of. I highly recommend you to check out the website, and if you want to use the same image we are using today, I will be leaving the link in the description below. We'll resize and position it as per our need, and then we have to remove the background. For the sake of this video, so that it doesn't become a long one, I will not be explaining the whole background removal process, but I've made a separate video where I have shown the process at length. If you want to learn more about background removal process, I would suggest you to watch the video, which you can find by clicking on the I button above, and I will also be leaving the link in the description. And here we have our subject without the background, but I kind of like the background and want to use the same, but I want it on a separate layer. So we will make a duplicate of it by pressing the Ctrl or Command J and rename the upper layer as subject and turn off the visibility for the time being and work with the other layer. We'll select the layer mask of the second subject layer and press Command Shift and I to inverse the mask and then convert to a smart object. Then we'll rasterize the layer and click here to select the magic wand tool and just click on these blank areas to make a selection of the same, and then go to the select menu, then modify and click on expand. I will keep it as it is, and what it will do is add another 40 pixels in the selection from all sides. And now we go to edit and click on fill, and here we have content aware. Keep everything as it is and click OK and see the magic to happen. And now we have our background. Remember to rasterize the layer, otherwise the content aware fill will not work. We'll resize it a little bit and then take care of these spots here. For that, we will grab the healing brush tool here, select the background layer and hold the Alt or Option key and click on the specific point to make it the source and start painting on the area to remove the spots. You can adjust the brush size as per the need by pressing the left and right second bracket keys. And now we have the clean background. Let's turn back on the visibility of the subject layer and convert it to a smart object and make a duplicate of the same. And now we will be moving on to the next step. We'll start off by adding a new blank layer in between the subject layers and again turn off the visibility of the topmost subject layer. And now go to the brush tool and select the mixer brush tool here. We'll select the hard round brush and click here to open the brush settings. For today's poster, we will just consider the brush tip shapes, where we will keep the hardness to 100% and spacing 1%. Rest we will keep it as it is. Mixer brush tool has many uses and understanding it fully will require much more time and a separate dedicated video. So let's keep it for a future and just concentrate on today's poster. We have to keep these settings turned on. This is load brush and this is clean brush. From this drop down, we will select the dry heavy load and keep the smoothness to around 30% and make sure to check the sample all layers option here. And now we have to take the sample colors from the subject, and for that hold down the Alt or Option key and click on your desired area. You can also adjust the brush size. If you want, you can include the color from the background layer also, but I will not be doing that. Let's test out the strokes. I think I will go with this one. Once decided, press Ctrl or Command Z to undo, and keeping the blank layer selected, either you can draw like this, or if you want better and precise stroke, then click and hold the pen tool and select the Freeform Pen Tool and draw anything like this. Right click on the stroke and click on the stroke path, and from here click to select the mixer brush tool and hit OK, and you will see the stroke being created. Go back to the move tool and now you can treat it like any other layer. Now turn on the visibility of the top subject layer and turn off or delete the other subject layer. We then add a layer mask to the stroke layer and take the normal brush tool, and this time take the soft round brush, foreground color black. We'll paint like this. We'll convert the stroke layer into a smart object and then go to filter, then blur, and click on Gaussian blur and add just a little bit of blur, maybe around 2 pixels to give it a smoothness. I want to add a sense of motion to our subject, and for that let's make 2 more copies of the subject layer and select the bottom one and go to filter again, then blur and click on motion blur. Set the distance value between 1200 to 1300 and change the angle. I think 17 is good. Let's bring down the distance value a little bit more. I will keep it here. Now we will apply the same filter on the second subject layer, and let me give you a trick. Just hold down the Alt or Option key and click and drag the smart filter and drop it on the layer, and it will be automatically applied to that layer also. And now double click here to change the values, and I will be changing the distance value to around 1400. I have also made another poster making video with this effect where I have discussed it a little more elaborately. If you want, you can watch that video also by clicking on the I button above, and you can find it in the description as well. We'll select both these layers and convert them into a smart object and rename it as motion. If you want, you can reposition it, and then we add a layer mask to it and grab the brush tool, and keeping the foreground color black, we'll paint on this area to hide the motion blur. And we'll also link these 2 layers so that they can be moved and resized together. I'll be adding a globe in the back, and for that select the background layer and add a new layer and grab the brush tool and make sure it's a soft round brush and the brush a bit bigger. Change the color to white and just click like this to add the globe. Let's rename the layer. We'll be adding 1 more layer just below the motion layer, and take the brush tool again and adjust the brush size and change the color to black by pressing the X key. Paint on these areas to add some shadows. And what's happening to the shadows? Don't worry, we will take care of it by adjusting the layers opacity. And now we'll be adding some text, and for that click on the text tool and then click on the canvas anywhere to add the text and edit it as per our choice. We'll rotate the text 90 degrees and place it like this and add a halftone effect. For that we'll be adding a negative layer mask to the text layer. And what is a negative layer mask? It's a layer mask where everything on the layer will be hidden behind the mask. We'll create it by holding the Alt or Option key and clicking on the Add Layer Mask button, and you will see a black layer mask created. And grab the brush tool once again, and this time we'll be selecting a custom brush which I have downloaded from blurreasy.com. I'll also be leaving the download link of the brush in the description. Change the foreground color to white and adjust, and if you want, rotate the brush like this and just click once to apply the effect. And now we'll be adding the message of the poster. Hope you like the video and the poster as well. If so, please hit the like button and leave a comment, and also share it with your friends. And for more such videos, please subscribe to the channel. You can also connect with me on Pinterest and Instagram. Links are given in the description below. And stay tuned as I'll be back soon with a fresh new poster design. Till then, take care, goodbye, and keep nurturing your creative spirit.